Hating on the YouTuber Ricky Berwick is like hating on a litter of puppies. It's a very rare occurrence, and the people who do it are very, very weird.
I'm a cuck.
And this new Ricky Berwick hater is no exception. In fact, she might be the craziest one of them all, because according to her, actual blood could be on Ricky Berwick's hands. Now, what content could create such a tragedy? Well, it all stemmed from this video titled, "I Can't Play PlayStation."
I can't play PlayStation without my special shirt. Look it. It's perfect.
Torn Jordans quote tweets Ricky and says, "There are people who literally advocate and help others, know they are more than their disability and deserve to be respected. And then there's content like this that just normalizes the very thing they are fighting against. So counterproductive, even if it's just a joke." Pimp Master Yoda then ratios her with a naked Yoda. It's Rico responds to her by saying, "You know he's trying to make the best of his disability and live like a normal human too, right? Memory of a goldfish. Now that I read that, I'm starting to think that's actually true." Ricky quote tweets her and says, "So you want to buy a shirt?" She quote tweets him again and says, "What you say and do has long-term effects on people you don't know. Although it's a joke, it's extremely counterproductive to normalize things like the R word especially. I work for an individual in a state-elected position for advocacy and would love if you heard him out." Matt Pitt responds to her by saying, "If you wanted to have a dialogue, the best bet was to approach him respectfully, not call him counterproductive. You do see the irony in this, right? Able-bodied person criticizing someone with a disability to try and speak on behalf of all with disability. Doesn't work." George responds, "Nah, I'll talk to him like he's an adult that has a massive following that uses the word on a regular basis." Matt Pitt responds by saying, "You're never gonna get it. Well, hey, enjoy walking on two legs and stuff. I really miss having two legs. I know that if I got my leg back, I wouldn't take it for granted by arguing with disabled people on Twitter about their own disabilities. I'd go jogging or something." Ricky quote tweets her response by saying, "Goo goo gaga." He then responds directly to her and says, "How about you get a shirt for Christmas?" linking the Retard Station t-shirt. She responds to him by saying, "One of my residents killed themselves because their cousin called them the R word 2 years ago. How about we not normalize using it? Wink." Ricky responds, "Doubt," to which she responds, "Oh my god, why would I lie about something like that? Are you serious right now?" Ricky responds, "There is a bunch of over-exaggerated liars on the internet, like yourself, BB." She responds, "The fact that you think I'm lying is sick. The fact that you'd rather risk it for profit or whatever you were getting is absolutely disgusting. You are worse than I thought if you were being serious." Ricky then responds with this Twitter video.
You sound like my ex.
George responds, laughing my ass off, "Holy shit. I actually didn't think you were this bad of a person. If that's the hill you want to die on, I hope it's painful. But for what it's worth, I was telling the truth. Absolute scum." Ricky then responds with a picture of him on a horse and says, "Want to race to the hill?" Daydream responds to George by saying, "Imagine standing up for mentally disturbed people like myself and disabled people like Ricky by calling him scum and wishing pain. Pretty ableist, to be honest." George responds, "He'd rather make money off of and normalize the same thing that hurts people in his community on a daily basis. But I'm wrong for calling him out on it? Lol." Ricky responds by saying this.
You ain't calling me out though. I'm calling you out.
George continues to tweet about Ricky on her timeline when she says, "That guy really actually didn't give a damn that one of my individuals killed themselves after being tormented and called that word relentlessly. And that's all I need to know about that entire ordeal. I can't make anyone care. I can only explain the problem. Why do the most toxic people have the biggest platforms? Insta, Twitter, YouTube, Twitch. The shit I've seen today alone? Is it jail time y'all need?" About a day later, after George did her own live stream, Ricky took a clip from that live stream, posted it on his Twitter, and captioned it by saying, "Lol, good night fam."
"I don't take responsibility for anyone but my cat. So you don't take responsibility for all the people that follow you who are totally healthy, that sit there and call people who I work with the R word. You don't care about that at all. But you want to sit there and say, oh, I'm making content for people so they can laugh. I'm making content for people so they can have an an escape? What happens to the people that fucking don't know you, that don't have an escape, that your followers go after and call fucking the R word? What happens to them? What happens? Really, Ricky, I'm asking you as a fucking human being, what the fuck happens to those people? You're a sick human being, and you have way more going on than just your physical disabilities. I hope you get help. Seriously, I really do. I really hope you get help. Because you don't care about anybody in any community besides yourself, your fucking pockets, and what's gonna make you money. You're pathetic. Disgusting. Disgusting. You're pathetic. You really are. And you don't care. The thing that makes you pathetic, and I really honestly, I liked you for a minute. I really honestly liked you for a minute. I did. I swear to God, I did. Because I would love to have a big content creator with a disability that can make content and make it meaningful and have those people in that community be able to relate. But I don't want them to be able to relate by allowing people to demean them. That's not cool. That's not cool at all. And there are literally people who fight day in and day out, so that they can be known than more than just their disability. And you want to sit here and fucking make a shirt R-word station. It's fucking disgusting. And I don't give a fuck. I don't give a fuck what else you or your followers have to say. It's disgusting. It really is. You have nothing to say. You have no accountability to take. You don't care. Do you? I work with individuals who literally fight day in and day out, go to the courts, go to the mayors, go to whoever the fuck they need to make sure that we don't normalize saying the word, to make sure that people know it's not okay, to make sure that they know that there are individuals out there who consider it a slur. And then I'm the bad guy for saying that there's content out there that normalizes saying the word. I'm the bad guy for bringing it to everyone's attention that, hey, we shouldn't be saying this fucking word, no matter what. Can't reclaim a word that in any context hasn't been positive. And you know, the crazy thing about it is they're trying to compare it to black people saying nigga. Like, black people say the N-word, don't they? Oh my God, they reclaimed the word, blah, blah, blah. We don't call each other niggers. We don't, yo, what's up, my nigger? What you doing? You know, how you doing, bro? No, we don't say that. We don't say that shit because that word specifically has hurtful meaning to it. We reclaim the word by fucking wording the word. We say nigga. That's reclaiming it. You really can't just, hey, I'm gonna use this word but for fun, even though it historically has only been used to demean and bring down people and make sure that those types of people aren't given any laws, any respect, anything. But I'm gonna take that word and I'm gonna make it funny. When people still use that to this day in that same context, but I'm gonna make it funny. When people literally fight day in, day out to make sure that people don't fucking use that word, but I'm gonna use it and make it funny. Okay, alright.
After showing that, Ricky then clarifies that this was all over a t-shirt. Young Crip responds to Ricky by saying, "She banned me even though we agreed," showing that he wrote in the chat, "You're doing the right thing by calling him out. He's a monster." Mudahar responds to Ricky by saying, "I'm buying the shirt, lol," to which Ricky responds, "I love you so much." Pimp Master Yoda responds by saying this.
I'm making content for people so they can laugh. I'm making content for people.
Holy shit! Up the shut fuck you must, you fucking retard!
Boogie2988 responds to Ricky by saying, "Love you."
You know what, Ricky? I like to think I'm definitely one of your followers, but I also like to think I'm one of your biggest fans. I'm certainly your fattest fan, but that said, I did not buy the Retard Station shirt because I wouldn't be comfortable wearing that shirt. And I know, absolutely, because we've been friends for a while, I can call you a retard all I want, but that gives me no delusion that I could walk up to some special needs kid or some guy in a wheelchair in the mall and be call him that word. I'm not going to do that. I absolutely would not do that. I think this woman is baselessly wrong. You're not giving anybody permission to call somebody else that shit. You're giving me permission to call you that. And I will. I love you, you fucking retard.
Stephen Williams, Boogie2988. I'm Ricky Berwick, and you have my permission to buy the retard station shirt. Thank you.
Faceless responds to Ricky by saying, "First off, I'm reporting you. You come to the stream harassing a person over a topic that should have been concluded the day it was done. And now you are trying to destroy her character by getting your shitty followers to do something that for you. Get help, sir, cause you need it." Young Crip responds to him by saying, "He's destroying her character, how exactly? Lol." Faceless responds, "By using his community and influence, knowing that they'll immediately side with him, to make her look as bad as he could. But he didn't show all the bullshit he was saying in chat. You were there." Young Crip responds, "He didn't make her go off on a tangent. That's all her. She didn't need Ricky's help in making her look bad." Faceless responds, "First off, you were only saying that because you got banned or whatever, because you agreed with the whole shit in the beginning. Pick a side." And he did push the envelope by even coming into the stream. Young Crip responds, "Attending a stream that's open to the public isn't pushing the envelope. She can easily ban, ignore, and move on really." A good name responds to Faceless by saying, "He legit just reposted uninterrupted video of her. That isn't destroying her character. She did that herself." Faceless responds, "He came in the stream and incited this whole conversation. Imagine not knowing the whole story." Ricky responds, "She deleted her whole VOD from yesterday and today. I guess she didn't want people knowing the full story." Faceless responds, "You mean how you came into the stream after a Twitter argument just to continue to make something out of nothing? Her not liking your shirt wasn't hurting your sales. You were just trying to market that shirt and build sales. We all know controversy fattens the wallet." Ricky responds, "I came in because she was going off, BB. You must be new to what I do." Faceless responds, 24 hours later? We was on a whole other topic. Seems like you bringing up old shit." Ricky responds, "That's not what I heard." Faceless responds, "You know goddamn well that whole conversation was started after you said something. That's what we doing now. We just gone lie like that?" Ricky responds, "Again, she was talking about the subject even before I came in. I came, typed, 'I know what you can spend your money on, winky face.' And that's when she decided to go full on Dragon Ball. She's entertaining, I'll give her that." Ricky then quote tweets Faceless's initial response to him and says, "Show me in that chat where I was harassing. Oh right, she deleted her VOD because she was going off well before I came." Jordan's responds, "You literally came in my chat and said something slick to get a reaction. And you got one, because that's when I went off on you. My VOD is not deleted, it's just not accessible by you." Ricky responds, "Show the chats then, BB." Jordan's responds, "You don't care about my individual's death. You don't care about the fact that able-bodied people in your community call each other and other disabled people retarded. And you don't care about disabled individuals who do see it as a slur. I don't do favors for people who disregard the feelings of the community they are profiting off of. I know exactly what you came in my chat saying. I told you in response I wasn't supporting shit you do, period. The end." And went into the reasons why. Ricky responds, "Because you don't have the VOD, lol. Let me do you a solid though. I said, it's not a big deal. You are thinking too much into it. I only care about my cat." Wow, that's it? Crazy. George responds, "I only care about my cat. Way to minimize the fact that you said that in response to me asking if you take responsibility for the disabled people who are hurt and the non-disabled people who are now enabled to use that slur because of you. No big deal though." Ricky then responds with this Twitter video.
I'm sorry I only care about goddamn pussy.
George continues to go off on him by saying, "There are people who would kill to have a following like yours to enact change, but yours is used to tear down the progress that the mentally challenged community has accomplished regarding that word. And you said yourself you don't take responsibility for any of it." Justin Wang responds, "Sounds boring. No wonder Ricky has a following and they don't." Bad Cripple quote tweets George and says, "Deadass more offended at you pussyfooting around disability by using phrases like the mentally challenged. Yuck." George responds, "I've used multiple different terms, all of which are accepted by the Board of Advocates in my state. I'm sorry the only thing you want me to call them is retarded. I won't." Jess quote tweets her and says, "How the flying fuck did you get to the conclusion that the only thing I want you to call them is retarded? How about, and this might be confronting, disabled? Or are we not afforded the respect of adult words and online banter? Gotta keep the peoples of uniqueness happy with cute baby words like the adorable special little thinkers that they are. Board of Advocates, my fucking arse lady. Go fight for something that actually affects you instead of white knighting for people who aren't here to speak their own thoughts and ignoring the ones who are. Young Crip responds to her by saying, I like that it's an able-bodied person fighting this hard to defend disabled people. And when we tell her she's being dumb, she goes, you disabled people are sick and pathetic. Just because we aren't upset by a word and she is. Jess responds, right? The hilarious part is that if Ricky was as sensitive as she thinks disabled people are, he could have had some mad cancel clout from a woman live streaming and screaming that he's disgusting and pathetic. But he's not, because he's not batshit insane. Retarded? Yes. But at least mostly sane. Young Crip responds, she's basically just pissed all of us are joking around instead of being victims. Jess responds, well, I'm a trauma victim from the one time I saw Cookie in Richard's ass cheeks, but I'm pushing through it, you know? Jordan's response directly to Jess by saying, because I was referring to a specific group with mental disabilities, not a general disability, this conversation is focused on them. You had a problem with me using accepted terms and defended Ricky saying the R word instead, so I assume you'd rather me use that? Alright, she does have a slight point that she is arguing with the cripple community about the mentally disabled community, but as an autistic man, I think I can jump in on this conversation and give my 2 cents. Fuck any board of advocates. Literally fuck them, dude. They're a bunch of ably minded people sitting behind their desks and wanting to feel good about banning words like retard because they think they are helping people more disadvantaged than them. But they refuse to give those people an actual voice. They are just talking for them. Most mentally impaired people actually would prefer to speak on their own and not be babied for their entire life. Yes, they may need it through childhood, but as they become an adult, they would like to be treated like an adult and not have other people who think they have authority over us making decisions for us. We don't need second parents. We're adults. We've moved out. And we already have existing parents. Fuck off with this board of advocacy shit and stop trying to police our language. If we want to call each other retards, let us call each other retards. I'm not going around telling you whether to say the N-word to your friends or not, whether with an A or an ER, because that's your prerogative. Now give us the prerogative to say the word retard or not, you retard. Anyways, enough of that. Let's go back to reading the tweets. Ricky Berwick responds to one of Jordan's tweets with this Twitter video.
You know how I have this following? By not being a goddamn victim. Good night, man. I'll talk to you later. Or never. Yep.
Young Crip responds to Ricky by saying this.
What makes the situation all that more hilarious, really, is her not being able to see the hypocrisy of her going this hard to try and defend disabled people by attacking disabled people, because the only ones she's wanting to acknowledge are the ones that allow themselves to be victimized and for her to use as a pedestal to feel good about herself. Because if she really truly cared about disabled people as much as she says she does, she would at least hear out everybody from all walks of life, pun intended, and understand where we're coming from. But you know, we can't have that because strong, independent, disabled people don't make her feel good because they don't need her. And everybody wants to feel needed and wanted. And that's the thing. We don't want or need you, bitch.
What you drinking there, buddy? Retard juice?
Ew, what the fuck? Gross. Why would they be drinking your cum?
George responds to Ricky by saying, and you got your following because non-disabled people use you as a shield to be able to use the slur without feeling bad about it. But I guess you like that? Ricky responds with an eggplant emoji. George quote tweets Ricky and says, I stand by everything I said. You were letting and have become a shield for able-bodied people in your community to call people retarded. You were profiting off of it. And you disregard and disrespect disabled people who tell you it is hurtful. Totally counterproductive and gross. Well, the only person who is saying it's awful to Ricky right now is you, so I guess by your their own admission, you're retarded. Anyways, that's enough for this drama. I think I'm getting a little too personally invested. If you enjoyed it and want to support a mentally special snowflake, be sure to subscribe with notifications on. Thank you so much to my channel members for supporting the channel. In particular, Scrubby, who decided to donate $100 a month. That is absolutely insane. Thank you so much, dude. But with all that being said, thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you in another video.